Welcome to the video of this selection tool. In this video we would like to show you how to use this selection tool properly. Before continuing, we give you some important notes. Firstly, this tool is to be used only as a rough guide to species selection, only of the complete assessment. This should include a detailed investigation of the selected habitat in situ for the specific ecological requirements of the species present. Our selection tool is designed for two selection processes, firstly for vegetation and secondly for animals. Let's start with the vegetation selection. The vegetation selection process consists of three steps. The first step is to choose the habitat type, then to select plant species according to habitat type, and the third step is to decide on which greening structures to use. On the bottom of this Excel document you can see different sheets, and this first sheet called Vegetation Integration will help you in steps 2 and 3. Let's go to this sheet. The first column shows you all the plant species. The second column is the habitat type. We recommend to use a filter on this column if you have a specific habitat type you would like to investigate. The remainder of the sheet shows the different living lodge structures. The living lodge structure consists of a living grid, a shell, and the lodge itself. For now, we take an example to clarify the use of this sheet. We have as an example Rumex palustris, which is a semi-aquatic species which fits well in muddy banks and ponds. And you can see this back in the sheet by the Y, which stands for yes, so Rumex palustris. We look at the living grid, it would fit well there if you incorporate a muddy bank and a pond in there. This concludes our example of the vegetation selection. We move back to the first instruction sheet and start with the selection of animals. For the selection of animals we go through the steps 1, 4 and 5 and 6. The first step is to choose again the habitat type. Fourth step then is to identify habitat structure and habitat type. Then we identify target animal species according to habitat structures, and we end with deciding on which greening structures to use. Step 5 is accompanied with this sheet called habitat structure. We'll have a look on this sheet now. Here the first column shows you butterfly species, and these columns show you different habitat structures. The aim of this sheet is to match species with a habitat structure. After matching the species with the habitat structure, you move on to the next sheet called habitat structure integration. And here you can see in the first column the habitat structure, and in the other columns the living lodge components. You will end in this document with a match between habitat structure and the living lodge component. This brings us to the end of this video and back to the instructions sheet. Thank you for watching this video. We would like to advise you to read the instructions carefully before using this tool.